Yo, it's your boy Goody Drew. You're probably gonna be wondering, how many more times am I gonna? Fuck, I forgot my sentence. How many more times am I gonna what? Now I probably have you in suspense. Oh yeah. How many times am I gonna record a video starting off stress? How many more times am I gonna have these deep thoughts? Well, you probably aren't wondering that. I feel like I'm just wondering what others are wondering because I put myself where I feel like I want to have a perspective of being very self aware, and it gets me into this loop. I want to rant about self awareness, and I feel like it's freaking killing me, but I'm also very glad for it because sometimes I worry if I'm not self aware enough, or if this is just how perfect it should be, or the many reasons I'm being what I would call self aware, etc., etc. If my views are, I guess, what I could say reliable, or something that I could also find as I don't know, something that is like a fact. But again, what is a fact when, again, we don't really prove it? We are just told we can prove it. I don't know. That's another talk I could talk about. Sometimes there's a difference between a fact that we feel like we can actually prove due to the ways that things work and what we observe and how we can understand the principles of this life, the world that we live in, versus a fact that we hear that feels like it could be proven. When you're told something could be a fact, you could actually believe it's a fact because of, I don't know, being told it's a fact, since we're told that fact is different from opinion due to the fact that a fact is something you can prove. And I feel like that kind of makes sense. It's like when you play a game, you feel like you can find a fact, especially when you are playing and you find the principles of the game. I wouldn't say that not everything's a fact. I mean, I guess that's what we would call a fact as a fact, but I feel like especially scientists know what facts are since they're the ones that made the life that we have today. I feel like there's got to be truth to some stuff. There definitely is facts, especially if we have this whole world around us with cars, with pictures, with things that we could take cameras of, we could text people. There's definitely things that are actually facts that were principles of life. Because if there is a God out there, this is definitely not the way he intended it. Because as you see in the past, or I guess even in the wilderness, without all this shit or whatever, this was stuff that was made from us. So of course there's definitely facts out there. I mean, I could be one to believe that sometime this world is just a world full of lies, and I could probably be just as right in my own mind to say that it is. But again, I'm trying to put myself in the mindset where if there is things that I can see that have been built up from things that were just natural of this world that I'm in, this world that I'm playing, like a game, not trying to sound like I'm narcissistic, but if you look at it like that, then yeah, I don't know, man, it makes sense. So I feel like sometimes there's something that differentiates what we would believe is a fact versus what actually is a fact, since we could also believe a fact to be as a fact, but they definitely exist. I think what defines a fact is facts exist, but sometimes we could be wrong what we think is a fact. We are the ones that give certain, I guess, principles in life the name fact. And since we are like not the ones that see all, we're creatures, we're human beings, we could also be wrong, which is why I think scientists are more reliable when it comes to facts, especially since it's the whole thing, the whole base that build this world that we live in, you know? I don't know. And this all brings back to my self awareness. Notice I'm saying we and everything. I'm trying to be as self aware as I can, and I feel like maybe I'm not being as self aware as enough. That could be definitely because of my insecurities, definitely the way this world has shaped me, or the way I see things, the way I feel like I should form, the way I should learn. The world definitely shapes who we are as a person, and I feel like that's obviously that's what creates people. People are half of nature and the other half of nurture. And I feel like it goes deeper than that, you know? You know what I mean? Everyone, in a way, has the same psychological mindset. Some can have disabilities that affect them either mentally or physically or any other way. That's how we see it. And that, of course, is also something that we look at as a fact. There is something that we haven't been told or haven't been shown that can prove that wrong. Are we right to believe that's a fact? Yes, because it's in the world around us. Are we the ones that have proved it? As in we, I mean the kids like me that are just in the bathtub having these shower thoughts while they're trying to pluck out their butthole hairs or whatever the fuck. Then maybe not. But again, if you are being open, or what I look at as open, then yeah, I guess so. You know what I mean? Everyone has had the thoughts where we look at it and think if our world is a lie, if, I mean, everyone, when I say everyone, because who knows, like when we think of like how this world could be a lie, since of like what facts could also be opinions, how it's been disproven. I've been talking about this in my previous videos. This world could be full of lies, but I'm also trying to be open, because even if you look at it like that, then why the fuck are we alive? Why the fuck do I have a t-shirt? Why the fuck am I not dying from COVID-19 right now? That's because of the world of science, bro. If you really think about it, it's kind of fucking crazy. Sometimes, like, I'm pretty sure everyone has these fears in their minds too, where we wonder, like, since we're not the ones in power in our lives, and it's so much given to us, especially from the government, that all these things that we're told are nice could be lies. And you know what? I feel like that could be true. But I feel like there's many people, especially those that we rely on, that have also could like look into these things and find out that there's facts of these stuff. I think what's going on is maybe when it comes to brands or companies or industries, yeah, those could be lies, but I do think there still are facts that exist. If this whole world around us is lies made to manipulate us, then why the fuck are we still living lives that we enjoy? Think about it like that. Why are we able to see people that we actually bond with? Why have we studied things and noticed that we could actually prove them? Why we go to school and then learn about things that are so-called facts, but we actually can prove them from what we learn at school? Or, my bad, prove them. You know what I mean? Same thing applies to math. I remember when I was younger, I wanted to think of myself as a math genius because I looked at how, especially approved or how much applause they're given. It's like this way where I want to give myself the self-esteem by looking at it like that. So it's like I'm trying to create my own mathematical equations, but again, math is something that's not created. It's something that was found. And I think that's something that we also learned in school. I mean, we could also look at that as something that's just like a fucking mind trick. But even if we look at it like that, then why has it applied in every other single basic or basis of our life that was able to, I don't know, keep us fucking alive? Because that's also a rule or principle that applies every goddamn fucking where. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. Sometimes I would like to think that this world's fake, but sometimes it's like I have to be self-aware to have to like criticize myself. And as much as I would like to look at that as a superpower or whatever the hell, it also is a disability. The voice crack, and saying disability is probably offensive, but whatever. I don't know why I said disability. And my bad, but like, whatever. You know what I mean? That's just it's how I'm thinking of things right now. It's all like going to spoiling up, etc., where I want to feel this need to be open. And of course, anxiety too. I'm having anxiety right now if anyone in my family's at my door and I have to stop the recording, or if my recording's going to stop, or if anything bad's going to happen today. I'm just talking about my self-awareness. For what purpose? Who knows? I know, maybe. Do I believe I know? I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm talking like a philosopher because I feel like I'm thinking like a philosopher. Sometimes I would think like one because I try to put myself in the mindset where I believe I'm one. And doing so, I talk like one. But other times I feel like, especially this time, this is all these things that are from my mind. I'm pulling this out of my mind. I'm pulling it from my mind out of my ass, and I'm just speaking as it comes. I don't even know why I'm saying out of my ass. I'm not shitting. More like out of my mouth, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, etc., etc. I also do swear a lot when I, talk. And I feel like I do that as a form of expression. I got that from Moist Critical, obviously, because he does that too. When I watch Moist Critical, I don't know if everyone agrees, but, I think everyone likes him because he's funny. This is from what I observed. I like him because he reminds myself of me. Dude, because, the amount of times where I like to make rants, where I talk about things, and I almost say things the way he says it, I actually had to suppress it. When Moist Critical talks, he just kind of talk out of his ass. He's obviously reading a script, but, he would make really, dumb jokes. And the thing is that I feel like I do that too, but it's, embarrassing because I feel like I can't. Sometimes it's just, a part of the way I talk, but then I talk like that, and then it's you can't really talk like that in a real conversation. Obviously too, you know what I mean? And I feel like I want to make videos, but I was like, I don't know if I want to, because I feel like Like, I don't even know how. I don't know what the social norms, the social boundaries would be, because of the way I talked like that in the past have obviously gone wrong. And I feel like, that's just given me this low self-esteem, this fear, this anxiety. So when I see him talk like that, it reminds me of myself. Not saying that everything about him is me. Obviously not. I definitely disagree with him a lot of the times, because I don't know. I feel like many times in the past, I would say that others are me and fully believe that I am what they are. But again, I have to be aware that that's not the case. You know, I don't know, man. That's just the way I'm thinking. I just been like thinking that I'm saying this. The reason I brought it up is also because I'm being self-aware. Sometimes I like to put myself in the, I guess, perspective of someone watching, noticing what I'm saying, trying to judge my every move. But I don't even know if that's what someone would do, but that is what I'm doing. I'm also talking fast, or I guess fast, because as I'm talking about this, I'm listening. It's like I'm trying to listen carefully to what I'm saying, thinking about how each can have a meaning of a meaning of a meaning, or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? So yeah, I do like to talk like Moist Critical, because that's kind of like how I talked, I feel like I never understood jokes. I just say whatever sounded funny. It just felt good that way, but it's like, and I don't think I'm the only one. I think many people are like that. It's just, I feel like that's the way we are. To not talk like that. Most Critical obviously has scripts, but with me, I feel like I want to talk to have the self-esteem, or I guess I want to make videos where I talk to have the self-esteem to do it more, because I feel like that's my main problem. I went a little off topic, or I guess it's still on topic, because it's something I'm actually very self-aware of, but I went a little off topic from, like, philosophical shit to, like, the shit I'm aware of how I talk in my videos. And I'm gonna, like, I guess change the topic again. Still on topic, whatever I like to believe it. Um, I guess ego, or what I'd like to call ego, whatever the fuck we would believe is as an ego. Everyone has an ego. It's all a part of ourselves. Of course, an ego isn't what defines us, Ego is just a part of us. It's, in my opinion, and I think, I don't even know if I'd say it's in my opinion, because I actually heard this before, it's the part of us that's self-aware. That's kind of what the ego is. And when we take it, like, I guess, seriously, someone egotistical has the self-awareness, and sometimes they could use it in a way where it's, like, positive. I feel like being egotistical is, like, the self-awareness, but, like, self-applause of the self-awareness, or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? There's parts of us that's, like, this, that, mishmash, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, in terms of ego and my self-awareness, sometimes I would like to applaud myself. Like everyone else in this world, I'd like to put myself in this situation of a book, or like as a person, a character, because it feels good that way. But the thing is that I'm scared to say that, because again, I'm having this awareness of, the anxiety of the judgment, of how, like, it shows the self-centeredness of me as a person, etc., etc. I like to think that way, but then I would have the thoughts that were those that I was actually used to criticize in the past. Sometimes when I was younger, I'd have these same thoughts and say it out loud, but when I pull this out of my ass, of course people wouldn't respond nicely. Talking to myself as if I'm the main character of this world, of course people wouldn't respond, because that's self-centered. And of course, when they respond in a way that to me would be negative, but it's just criticism, showing their views and how, I guess, nothing's right, nothing's wrong, etc., whatever the fuck, it goes to me, and it brings this more low self-esteem. I would be obsessed with Wimpy Kid, because, I don't know, he was, like, main character. I felt like I wanted to feel like a main character in my life, because I felt like in my life, it's like I had to be open. When I was young, I feel like I'm in a family where, like, I have to be open, and I don't even know if, like, I have the right to say that, because, like, to them, it's like, it's not even openness. This is just being, like, normal. But I don't know. To me, it feels really open. I feel like when I was young, I talked about it a few times on my YouTube videos, but I feel like many times it's just, like, I could have a belief, but, like, that belief will be debunked by whatever the fuck is just, like, you have to be aware, One of the, I guess, like, rules, whatever, applied to some people in my household is that you can't really be offended by a fact, because that's criticism. Criticism is normal, and I remember this happened to me even when I was young, and it's honestly, I feel like now, this is just my opinion. I'm sorry if my family's watching these videos, but I'm gonna be honest, I feel like it's kind of fucked up, but it makes sense. Like, in that way, since you can't be offended by a fact, then I couldn't even complain. I would be young, and I wanted to complain about Roblox, which is stupid. but like it would be debunked by facts because you can't complain about Roblox because of this and that. You're mad at Roblox because of this and that when you could actually do this and that. It's like using it where you look at it in a scientifical method kind of fucking way. But it's like, you know what I mean? It also separates it. And I feel like having this mindset, or what I believe is as a mindset where I have to be constantly aware, then yeah, I'm going into the reasons of why I'm going to say what I'm going to say before I even say what I'm going to say. You can tell, or I'm not even sure if you can tell, but I can tell that that's because I'm too like hesitant to say what I want to say because I feel like I need to give context or feel a way where it's like I could actually be relied or just not like say it and then be judged. So it's scary because like being criticized so much in the past makes you be scared of being criticized in the future. So it gives me this, I guess, I don't know, little habit of trying to clarify things just so it doesn't seem like I'm trying to cross the line. And I'm aware of that as I'm talking, and that's scary because it's like it's constantly in my fucking head. The self awareness I'm getting is definitely from what I've been told in the past. Anyway, I'm gonna get to the point. Wimpy Kid, etc., etc. These kids, I don't know, man. I felt like I want to be like them because like it felt not because of that, but it's because like the idea where like you're the main character of your life felt good. And in a way, I feel like my parents did help me because I was very egotistical. And I don't know, man. Now I look at it, I still applaud myself on the back, but it's like this is where the egotistical part of me comes in. I like to put myself higher above all these characters. I like to think of many book characters, many characters that are basically young white kids in middle school that think their life sucks because I mean I guess it kind of is, and everyone hates them for like kind of like fair reasons, etc., etc. And I like to think of my life just like that. Actually, it feels just like that, but I'm too scared to say it or just to, I guess, express it because it feels like, do I even have the right to express it? Especially if I've been told many times in the past that this is something that could be self centered, which in a way it actually has been. I'm taking many of the things I've been told in the past out of context because in context it was very fair. I would say these and things that made me look egotistical in a way. I think it was kind of fair. I kind of was egotistical. But of course, I'm also doing that without giving as much context because I don't really feel like it. So excuse me for being lazy. But whatever the fuck. I like to think of myself where I like to think I'm better than all of these book characters because I feel like I'm dumb, but like I'm a parody. Like my life is a parody of these motherfuckers. We got let me think about it, right? We got Diary of a Wimpy Kid. We got Greg Heffley, and he's like, my life sucks, right? I have a diary, and my mom gave me this diary to write my feelings, but no one understands because I'm gonna be rich and famous one day. We got Nikki Maxwell, Dark Diaries, Squee. I have a crush on this dude named Brandon. And my dad is like the exterminator of the school, but whatever the fuck, and everyone calls me a dork, but you know what? I'll just be me, whatever the hell. Big Nate, Big Nate's just cocky. I don't even know how to like describe him. He just thinks he's just super fucking cocky. He's just like he's literally the like epitome of a cocky white kid. Um, and then we got Timmy Failer, who's just a fucking dumbass. And I don't know. I guess I could go on and on. And then there's one kid actually that I like to think above me. I like to think this kid's above me. I'm like too scared to compare myself. I think his name's Rafe, the guy from like the middle school book or whatever. Yeah, that kid was a fucking Giga Chad. He like carried his school. I like to think that I feel bad if I think that I would put myself ahead of him. But I don't know. I feel like the thing is that I feel like these kids because I also feel so egotistical all the goddamn time. I want to feel like I'm better than everyone else. And I know everyone also does, but everyone has one certain specific feeling that's human that I feel like rises above all of them. And something that I feel like that's nature to me is my egotism. And I'm serious when I say this. Ever since from the beginning, I feel like I've always been egotistical. And when I say I feel, I believe that. I'm sure of it. I always wanted to feel where I look at everyone down as petty human beings, even though I'm also one of them. And sometimes I'm scared to say that on camera because it's just like, I'm thinking of how others could judge me. But I'm also trying to put myself in this self-awareness where I'm just going to say what I want to fucking say because I feel like it helps me shape who I would be in the future. If I keep talking like this and keep doing it, I could be more honest with myself. Again, it's on the internet. But I don't know, man. That's just how I like to think of things like this. So, yeah. I feel like I'm like all these characters because, like, when I'm at school or when I was young as well, I look at it as like, look at all these fucking dorks that I'm around, all right? Look at all these fucking pieces of shit. I like to look at it where I'm the more powerful guy. But the thing is that ever since I was young, though that was in my thoughts, that wasn't in my actions, actually, my behavior. It still goes today. Today, I feel like I want to judge everyone. It makes me feel good. I like to put those below me. And the way I'm saying it, like, I sound like a fucking super villain. I want to put those below me or whatever the hell. You know what I mean? But when I talk to them, I can't help but feel trying to put them above me, which thank God that I had this trait. It's a very ironic trait where, like, in my mind, I like trying to like think how everyone sucks, but then when I'm talking to them, I can't help but try to be nice. I hated this trait when I was young. Like, it happened to me when I was young and I hated it because like I don't know, it kind of ruined my egotism. But thank God for this trait because I feel like it kind of saved me a ton, and it also is helping me be self-aware. Also, it has helped a lot with my low self-esteem, so in a way that's definitely really bad. But whatever the fuck. Anyway, back to middle school characters. Um these book characters, I like to think a lot as me. I would like to write in journals, as in on my iPad. I would write the same things, and I feel like these kids, they feel left out just like me because I feel like no one really gets them. I'm Greg Heffley. No one gets me, bro. I'm in middle school. No one fucking gets me. Everyone that like I'm definitely what you wouldn't call normal. My name's Greg Heffley. First of all, my younger brother Manny gets to do whatever the fuck he wants. He's 3 years old and everyone applauds him. And my big brother Rogic is like a bully. And my mom is like is kind of like a Karen, and my dad just doesn't want to be in my life. I'm Nikki Maxwell. My sister is cute, but I bully her because it makes me feel good. My parents are nice, but I complain about them anyway. And I fucking love Brandon, but Mackenzie, who totally deserves to be like made fun of because she kind of is a dick. I make fun of her because she's also a dick, but she calls me a dork, so that really hurts my feelings. I'm Timmy Failure. I'm a certified dumbass. I think I'm super cool because I think I'm smart, but I don't even know what smart means. I have a fucking polar bear, and I guess that makes me smarter or whatever the hell, and I have a big ego. I'm Big Nate, and I don't even know how you describe Big Nate, bro. Like, honestly, the Big Nate books go like I don't even know. Whatever. But you know what I mean? Notice as I was talking about things, I would like say it where I feel like I'm trying to act cocky, but I'm also saying my real feelings where I feel like they're just idiots. Because even so, me myself has the same traits. And I'm acting like this is probably a really big deal when I know for a fact everyone does. But I just feel like I feel this way when I'm told that others don't. But again, everyone does, also when I'm told of, whatever the fuck. Getting a little off topic there. That's got to be my saying. Getting a little off topic, whatever the fuck. Alright, so what about me? I like to think of myself as a parody of these guys. Because I feel like when I was young, my life, like, it was just different. Like, and I know everyone, especially these guys in these books, think that. But, like, I feel like if I wrote down, and I did, the shit that, like, happened in my life, it would be like rated R. Like if I like I'm not even trying to sound exaggerated. Like I even feel bad to say it on camera because I'm always told not to say this kind of shit. But you know what? If this is about me being me, then that's about me being me. I'll give you an example. I always thought about this when I was young, and this is what like made me feel superior. And I feel like in a way I still have every right to be. Greg Heffley would complain about how he was young. Things made no sense to him because I guess his brother was mean to him, and his younger brother was just get whatever the fuck he wants, and his parents were kind of deadbeat in his life. For me, I'll do it like this. I'm Goody Drew, and when I was 5 years old, my mom told me to cut off my dick because in the Philippines, it's actually a part of the culture to cut off your foreskin. So when I was young, whenever she cut my hair, she'd go to me and say, "Hey, I'm gonna cut off your dick." And then I'd run away, traumatized, scared, and then I'd touch my dick in bed. I thought I learned to masturbate that day on. Does that sound normal to you? Fuck no. I remember I used to write that in my books when I was 9 years old, and I actually felt really good about it because I felt like I was more superior than these characters because these characters didn't even know what weird was. This was just straight up weird. But I felt proud of it, which is also what made me freaking egotistical. Because then I start showing this to other people, and they're like, what the fuck? Why are you writing this shit down? And you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Maybe I shouldn't have showed that shared that personal experience, and I'm told you can't share personal experiences, especially on the internet. In a way, I don't really care, and I do think that I could be safe. Is that a red flag of me? Yes, it probably is. But I also like to have the mindset that I'll learn from the future, and I'll learn. And if something seems bad to me, then I'll make sure that I'll actually take the safety precautions. Because there's times where I feel like things actually are safe, and I feel like others are saying they aren't due to reasons that I disagree. But I feel like being told to follow rules just makes me agree, even though I don't. I don't know. So like it's the same thing. I feel like I'm reading all these books with these characters, and I feel like my life's kind of a parody of it because I feel like I've gone through more shit than dumb. And obviously I'm not the only one. Everyone does. I go to school and I know many people are just like me that like to put themselves higher because they have this egotism. It's like, you know what raises our egotism? What we would like to call trauma. Where we feel like we've been through a lot of shit, it makes us feel good because we feel superior than others that we think haven't. And I think this is something that is killing me with self-awareness because feeling good about things that are bad in my life is something that makes me feel so bad for that I feel like I can't ever feel good for that shit. And it kind of ruins me because I feel like it's also a part of me to feel good. Feeling good that I went through shit, that I feel like, I don't know, that I went through more shit than others and thinking that others are immature, that is fucked up. That's egotistical. I'm aware of it, but I'm aware of it. So why feel bad about it? I can feel good about it, but be aware of it and work on from that. You know what I'm saying? This whole video was me ranting about my self-awareness, the little thought in my head that's trying to challenge me every time I fucking talk. But I'm just, I'm just talking back to it. I'm not even talking to an audience, I'm just talking to myself. You know what I mean? I feel like that's why I like making these videos, especially when I have a camera on me. I'm noticing it's much easier for me to talk and say my feelings. Because when I'm talking, again, I'm not talking to someone or the audience. The audience I'm talking to is the critic that's myself. I'm talking to a criticizer that is me. I'm the one criticizing my every move, not others. And I don't know, I guess that's the point of this video. It's just to say fuck you to that criticizer to make myself look better. Looking at every reason why I can't feel good for things that make me feel good in a way that could raise my egotism. At least I'm fucking aware. I don't know. That's the way I look at it. It feels good to make videos like these. It really does. So I actually would feel really happy when people like it. When people like and subscribe, I feel really happy. I just try my best not to say that because, again, it's the awareness in me that's like, that's overdone. Don't say that shit. But I'm just trying to be me. I'm aware of it. I think it's okay to be aware of something and say it if you are aware of the consequences. And if the consequences happen, you can work from that. Even if you know that you're making something that is 100% or close to 100% mistake, it could just be told by others. What if your gut feelings someone you know? And as good as that might sound and motivational that might sound, I'm pretty sure that, like, if I say this to others, they'd be like, you know what, yeah, go follow your gut feeling. But if they tell me something that they think is 100% sign I follow, when I tell them my gut feeling disagrees, they'd react the same way. And vice versa, same with me. If someone did that to me and I said follow your gut feeling, and they did something that I 100% disagree with, etc. And I'm not trying to say that I'm wrong or they're wrong, even though it could be the case no matter how we look at it, perspective to perspective. All I'm trying to say is that I feel like that's what made me me. Focusing on those things. Even if someone tells you to be motivated by yourself, we're still people, so we still can disagree to agree to disagree, vice versa, whatever the fuck. And as a result, looking at what could be wrong and what could be right can also just be what is others' opinions, especially if it's our gut. And especially if others think that no matter what, it's fucked up, it could be the exact opposite for us. I don't know, man. We're people nonetheless. That's my philosophical TED Talk. Goody Drew out. See y'all.